Before we get into today's video, I want to pause and answer this honestly. Your phone, the one you're watching this right now, is it an asset or a liability? Most people say asset, but by end of this video, you might change your answer. And it might change the way you spend money forever. Here's something nobody tells you. Every single rupee you spend falls into one of the two buckets: assets or liabilities. Not income, not savings, just two buckets. And the problem? Most of us are unconsciously filling the wrong one every single month without even realizing it. We buy things because they look good, because our friends have them, because a sale made it feel urgent. But we never stop to ask, is this thing going to work for me? Or is it just going to drain me? Let's define this simply. An asset is anything that either grows in value over time, generates income, or builds a skill or a capability that earns you more. Books, courses, index funds, a laptop you use to freelance, health investments, even a good pair of running shoes if staying healthy keeps you productive. A liability, on the other hand, is anything that costs you money, loses value immediately, or locks you into recurring expense that don't give back. Like a brand new phone on EMI, a subscription you forgot about, a car upgrade just for status. Now here's the key insight, and this is what most asset liability explanations miss. The same thing can either be your asset or a liability depending on why are you buying it. That phone, if you are a content creator, a developer, or someone who earns through it, it is an asset. If you are upgrading from a perfectly working phone just because the new one looks better, it is a liability. The object doesn't change, your intentions does. So why do we keep buying liabilities? 3 reasons. And you have probably felt all 3. 1. Social conditioning. We grew up watching people around us buy things to signal success. A new car, branded clothes, a latest gadget. We absorb that. Spending equal to status. 2. Instant gratification. UPI and EMIs have made it frictionless to buy. There is no pain at checkout anymore. To tap and it's done. That friction used to be a natural speed bump. Now it's gone. 3. We confuse want with need. When you really want something, your brain starts building a case for why you need it. It starts sounding like logic, but emotions dressed up as logic. The solution isn't to stop spending, it is to slow down the decision. So now you have to just take a moment to think before you buy. Here's what I want you to do before every non-essential purchase. Ask yourself one question. Is this going to work for me, or am I going to work for it? If it grows, earns, teaches, or genuinely improves your quality of life in a lasting way, buy it without guilt. That's an asset. Invest in it. If it only feels good in the moment, loses value the second you own it, or exists mainly to impress someone else, pause. My friends, pause. Sleep on it. Give it 24 hours. You will find the large percentage of liability purchases simply disappear when you add that one night of friction back. And if you want to go deeper, track your last 30 days of spending. Split every expense into asset or liability. The number that ends up in the liability column will probably surprise you. That number is your starting point. In the last video, we talked about how family conditioning, UPI, and social media pressure are quietly shaping your spending habits. This video is the next step. Now you have a framework to judge every purchase. If this made you think differently about something you were about to buy, drop it in the comments. I would genuinely like to know. And if you're new here, this channel is about one thing: understanding the psychology behind your money so you can make it work for you. Subscribe if this sounds what you need. Thank you.